What's going on? Welcome to QVO Games. My name is Juan. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. This video is going to be about games coming to retail the week of May 19th. We have a great lineup of games, 4 games actually, and one of them is coming from Kickstarter. I'm really pumped to talk about it. It looks really neat. I like it a lot. Last week I did not post a video. I was going through a couple of things and it relieved a lot of pressure off my shoulders, right? To just skip a video, and I made it a post on the channel. And I just posted the list of games and a little bit of explanation of why I was doing that. That was really it. Nothing too crazy. But we're going to push forward and continue talking about games, and we're back to our regularly scheduled Mondays videos. Let's get this video going. I want to make it a quick video for you so you can look at these games and decide which one you want the best, if any of these games. So keep in mind, I'm covering the games coming to retail in the US. Last, keep in mind, if a game's retail release date changes, I'll make sure to update you about that change in its new respective video. Let's talk about some games. First things first, coming out on May 20th, Dungeon Saga Origins core game by Mantic. This game was on Kickstarter. So this game is a cooperative dungeon crawling style game. But however, there's going to be a dungeon master in it, and the dungeon master basically takes on the role of all like the AI and the movements of the other characters. But there's a twist to it in the way they do it. This game does come with a bunch of miniatures, different scenarios, and if you look at the main box on that picture on the right, it looks and reminds me a lot about like original Dungeons and Dragons RPG boxes, which is super neat. I really do like playing D&D or Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop games, tabletop role-playing games, and that kind of is, I'm sure that is the inspiration for that. In this game, like I said, cooperative, but however, the twist is that someone is playing the dungeon master and they are against you, so one versus many, I guess, at that point. However, you can play it without the dungeon master as well. Game looks super neat, painted miniatures. I love miniatures. I do love miniatures, and I love dungeon crawling games. I love a good story, and it's immersive. This game looks like it has a lot of it. If you head over to Mantic Games' website, this is a great video to watch, and it provides some great info about the game, and it makes it look extremely epic. This game comes out on May 20th. That's pretty much the gist of it. There are no really big Kickstarter things that are coming from Kickstarter on this. It's pretty much just the base game and like an expansion. That's really it. This is Dungeon Saga Origins, the core game, coming out to you on May 20th by Mantic Games. Moving on to Garden Getaway by QVO Games in collaboration with Hachette, coming out to you on May 22nd. So I couldn't find a rulebook on Garden Getaway or like a video or something explaining it properly. So I'm kind of, it's coming out, obviously it says here, the pre-order ship on the 22nd, but I don't really have a rule book. It's basically a racing game, family game, and you can alter the way you play with kids or young adults. It just depends on how you change it up and what the rules you modify. And it comes with that stuff, of course. I could not find a rule book. So yeah, I'm assuming you roll these dice, you achieve a specific set of icons to be able to move your character down the line. It's more like a family game. It even says on the box 4 to 7 year olds, which is a great way to introduce younger kids to board games. I like introducing games to my nephews a lot. They like playing board games with me, which is a lot of fun for me. This is Garden Getaway by QVO Games and Hachette, coming out to you on May 22nd. Moving on to Monster Chase, coming out to you on May 22nd by Scorpion Mask and Hachette, in collaboration with Hachette. So this game's pretty cool. I was watching the video down here. That's a great video to get kind of caught up on what kind of game this is. This game at its core, it's a memory game, and you're working cooperatively with the rest of the players, and it's a kid's game. I would say it's definitely one of those age 3 to 7 kind of games. In this game, you're going to be trying to memorize what exactly these tiles are. As you do so, trying to prevent the monsters from surrounding the bed of the child. Really cool art, by the way. I really like the way they went with like that 3D kind of like Pixar thing going on with like the art with the kid on the bed. It's really neat. Of course, and then the bottom of the box turns into like a closet. So out of the closet, you're going to try to put the monsters back in. You're trying to scare them away, push them away, go back to the scary places. You do so by, you're going to have a monster card on a side of the bed. You're going to be flipping these tiles, and as you flip these tiles, your goal is to match these tiles with the symbol on the top right of the monster card. As you do so on the left, you're going to have chances for mistakes, right? And once this monster tracker charges up, you've lost the game. But however, you have 3 chances. So you want to memorize these tiles as you flip them on your turn and try to match them up. And then, of course, the more you match up, the more monsters come out and the more you flood. Your whole goal is to try to match symbols, scare them away into the closet right here in the background. Really cool way to use the box. I like that a lot. It's really neat. And also, when it comes down to children, it's always good to have really good components, really interesting and attractive components. It really helps a lot to bring them in more and immerse them into the game. That's pretty much just of it. It's a family style game, kids game. It looks really neat. This is Monster Chase by Scorpion Mask and Hachette, coming out to you on May 22nd. Moving on to Catan New Energies, coming out to you on May 24th. Yeah, Catan. There is so many Catan games and variations. The game definitely is a gateway game, a staple. A lot of people have played, like, they've never played modern board games, but played Catan. I think I would consider Catan like kind of like a gateway modern board game. It's a classic for sure. In Catan New Energies, you are basically, it's the Catan we all know and love, with a couple of more modern strategic twists to the game variants, right? So in the game, you're going to have these new things, and the new things are going to be there's going to be like fossil fuels and renewable energy tokens and such, and you're going to go through with the renewable energy tokens and the fossil fuels and the power plants, and that's going to add a new variation of trading and such. But as you go through, it kind of changes out the whole gist of being a like trading sheep wood and such, sheep wood, wool, sheep. I am completely I haven't played Catan in a very long time because I play other modern board games, but it kind of takes away the whole sheep and wood trade and all that stuff, and it goes more into like modern, I guess, kinds of energy to trade. As you go through, the game has the same exact board, same classic Catan board, of course with the twist of different types of resources to trade. Very neat stuff. If you're a big, it's hard to like for me to say this part because it's like there's so many Catan games, and I've played Catan so many times at this point. I feel like I don't need more Catan in my life. But still, it's awesome that this game is able to proceed and still gateway a lot of people into board gaming. And if this change up a theme and a little bit of a twist can bring someone else into the hobby, I'm all for it. And that's what it's doing, basically. There are so many Catan variants, and people love Catan. And I think it's a great game. They even have a Catan tournament and championship, too. So it's cool. It's really neat. However, I've played a lot of Catan. Like, I think an overabundance of Catan. I'm Cataned out. However, Catan Energies, if you're into Catan and you want to try a new version of Catan, this adds a couple of new modern twists to it, brings in a new meaningful message with the whole renewable energy stuff going on lately, which is always a good thing, going green and such. And this game's going to be more for you at that point. This is Catan New Energies, coming out to you on May 24th. We made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching this far. That is super awesome that you're willing to watch a whole video of a random guy in the middle of the desert who loves talking about games. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me know in the comment section below, what game are you picking up this week? Is it one that we mentioned in this video, or is it potentially one that's coming out that you've been saving up your money for? Maybe one that you've been looking into that's coming out in a few weeks. I don't know. I want to know. I just want to know what kind of games you're getting into. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it, and have a good one.